hiking past the sunset and hiking before the sunrise. If you stay at the Sermons Baptist Church, there is a really bright light at the corner of the church. And I was in this area, and so I woke up and I saw the light around me. I thought the sun had already risen, so I started packing up my stuff and realized, no, the sun is still not out yet. So anyways, if you want to get an early start, this is a good place to do it. Boss battle 1. Oh, is he coming back? Little bastard, you want more? I think he's pissed. So, the first one to charge me was that white and black pit bull. I think that's the mean one. It must have been, because he was the only one brave. It was dark outside, and I had my headlamp on, and I must look kind of strange to them, but it's pretty cool, because then you can see their eyes coming a mile away. And the mean one had bright blue eyes with the headlamp on in the dark, just in case you do this in the dark, which I don't advise. But he came out, and I actually did what something Sea Otter mentioned, which is just freak him out by chasing him. So I started running at him, and at first it worked. He backed off. He started running away, and he was looking really scared of me. But then they all started getting together and getting bolder, and he came at me again. And I took the pepper spray out, and I just held it out, like in the light, so he could see I was holding something. And he must have remembered getting sprayed from before, because he immediately flinched and backed away. And then I thought it was over. But no, then he starts barking really loudly and then came running at me, full charge. And I said, oh, screw it. I gave him a little pop of the pepper spray. And he backed down in a hurry. Went right back home. So I can't recommend this pepper gel highly enough. It stops these dogs dead in their tracks. And you might not even need to use it, because I think he's conditioned to know what that looks like when you're holding something that could spray at him. So, yeah, look, hey, didn't want to do that, but if an aggressive dog is going to be left unleashed, that's what's going to happen. At the very least, that dog bites somebody, it's going to be dead. So, anyway, that was my morning. So, if you're thinking about hiking the Florida Trail, I wouldn't worry too much about the dogs. It is something you had to be aware of this year, because there have been incidents and somebody did get bitten, but the dogs that bit got euthanized. And talking with everybody and sharing experiences, there's really only that area I just passed, and you'll see it in gut hooks. It's literally maybe, I don't know, a quarter of a mile from the Sermons Baptist Church on your route map. That's really the only place I think anybody has had the bad dog encounters. I've been charged twice by Rottweilers before that, and they both just backed right down as soon as I held my poles out. And I wouldn't even call it charged, because they didn't, I never felt in danger. In other words, I just felt like they were just, warning me and wanting to scare me or whatever. The only dogs that were aggressive were these guys. And I'll give you a little more information about this pack, so that, you have all the information that you need. So the first one to come at me was the black and white one. I had heard that the white one, I don't know if there's an all white one that was real aggressive, but no other dog was, none of them. Well, I take it back. So after I charged that black and white dog, and he ran back. Then a little guy came charging at me, and then I charged him. And as soon as he ran back, it's like the mood changed, like they all just backed down. So that little dude must have been their pack leader. I thought it was over. And then that black and white dog started coming at me a little bit again. And I just made the motion that I was going to spray him. I didn't want to spray him. And as soon as I did that, he flinched. So I don't know. I guess they have good memory. And then I thought it was over. I was on the other side of the road from their house. I I was now about 10 yards past their house. So, I mean, this is like, they should have felt comfortable that I was leaving their territory. And, they were all just gathered back at the driveway. I don't know, like they were having a staff meeting. And then the black and white one, boom, started charging at me. And, honestly, I think if I would have just done the same thing, held my poles out, or just got back aggressive with him, he would have backed down again. But at that point, I was just sick of dealing with him. And, he was running full sprint. So I thought, let me give him a little squirt. And I just tapped that pepper gel and boom, he stopped dead in his tracks. Started like sneezing. And then kind of shrunk back towards the other dogs, crawled on back to his hole. And then it was over. But yeah, anyways, don't worry too much about it. Nobody's been bitten by those dogs. If you yell at them, be big, be aggressive, and they do back down. But what can I say, man? They were persistent, so you got a little squirt of the gel. Hope he remembers that. In fact, you might not even need to use your gel because you can just hold it up, and I think they're starting to make the connection, and they'll realize, okay, this is where we stop. You're gonna get a lot of guys like these. These ain't, you can see, they're staying on their property, acting all tough, but I guarantee these dogs come at me, they will back down. They will back down so quick. They'll go tearing up the yard to get back to their house. Beware, dog. Those dogs are nothing. So you're going to see dogs like that, and that's fine. Stayed on your property. Did your barking. Great. That's how dogs should be. Oh, that is so tempting. I'm so tempted to go huck Finn, and I can't do that. That's private property. Somebody's oranges, they got to sell. But wow, would love to grab a fresh orange right now. Maybe I can find a tree that's the fruit is hanging over the fence here, which would be public land, and I can grab that orange. But yeah, I ain't gonna go on somebody's orange grove and get an orange. But oh my goodness, that would be so good this morning. A little bit more about this road walk. This is one of the long road walks, but other than walking on pavement, and that's only about half of it. The other half was like a lot of compacted sugar sand. I mean, it felt really nice to walk on. So it's not too bad. There's no traffic on these roads, none. Which is, for me, the worst part about road walks is dealing with all the traffic. Man, there's so little traffic on this long road walk that don't sweat it. It's no big deal. So anyway, this is gonna be another long road walk day. I doubt it'll be a long video, but every time I say that, it ends up being a long video. So we'll see what happens. Many different ways to tie this buff on your head. You can do it like a do-rag, like I usually do, or you can do it pirate style. So I went pirate style because I haven't been on camera in a while. Thought I'd give you an updated look. Oh, it's a sunny day today. I believe it was Kurt Vonnegut that gave a commencement speech to recent university graduates, and he said, the best advice I can give you is wear sunscreen. That's worth a look. If you haven't read that speech before, check it out on the internet. But yeah, on the Florida Trail, you're going to need to wear sunscreen or wear a big hat or something. Lifebuoy, the guy I'm hiking with, he looks like a French Legionnaire. I mean, he's got like the cap and the tassels coming off the back and the long pants. I just, a day like today, I got up early, so I'll be heading mainly east in the morning. And so I put on some sunscreen today. I really wanted to get that road walk out of the way, so I did it in 2 days, which for me is a lot of miles. I know a lot of hikers out there are doing 30, 40-mile days like it's nothing, but for me, a 20-mile day is big, and especially on a road walk. And man, the last 20 miles to get into Madison, my feet were just killing. And thankfully, there was a Wendy's there, and I was able to get a hamburger and fries and Coke and feel a little better. But whoa, do my feet hurt today? So, it's just one of the things you got to deal with. Road walks.